This is Bishop Dr. Truman Burst. Master Herbalist, coming to you from Good Shepherd Ministries.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Anybody have a topic or a suggestion as we're getting started here?
I do, Dr. Burst. I don't know if I have post circulation or copper top. My left arm is tingling and going my fingers. Numbness and tingling sensation.
And your left hand. I would be looking at a circulation herbal formulation that would to increase circulation. Let's see if that would give you some help. Circulation. That would be formula number 1099 over there on betterhealthherbs.com. And so if we went over here to betterhealthherbs.com, well, we can do that right there. And it's coming up. And let's take a look here at that formulation that helps to increase circulation. Also, niacin. Niacin will increase circulation. Also, besides the number 1099, let's go take a look at a couple of these things that are going to increase circulation. Please understand, I'm not prescribing, I'm not diagnosing. We're simply looking at known natural remedies that increase circulation. So let's take a look at that. Coming over here and going to our store over there on Health and Herbs, and look at that 1099. Press, whoops, got too many zeros there. Not going to come up. Get rid of all of those zeros. There we go. So 1099 circulation herbal formula. Let's look at what is in that formulation. I created all of these formulations here, but I get nothing from the sale of any product, because if I did, our government made it very clear that they would destroy me. And matter of fact, they really gave it a all-out effort. But when you're spirit-filled and spirit-led, that's something that they don't account for. And so they got defeated in court because I didn't have an attorney. And there we go. We're going live here now. And the room is filling up. And folks, we already have a question. And as long as I don't get any echoes from the microphones all being open, as the room is now going to fill up a bit. So as long as we don't have any echoes, I will continue to leave the microphones open. But as soon as we get an echo, I will close them. Okay, and people are joining us now, and so I am going to go ahead and take the precaution and close the microphones. But if you have a question, or if you have a comment, please press your star key on your telephone. Press your star key 2 times, and it opens up your microphone so you can join the conversation and ask questions and make comments and so forth. And the room is filling up. And as the room is filling up, we're looking at how to increase circulation in the body, whether it's an arm, a leg, or anywhere, the neck, the shoulders. If we need to increase circulation, we're looking at herbs like that tincture extract that's over there on betterhealthherbs.com. And I have this up in a screen capture. I'm making a video of this broadcast. So later, if you say, what did he say about that? Then all you have to do is go over to the website, herbalhealthreview.com. We'll talk about that in a minute and how to do that, okay? Let's finish with 1099. 1099 circulation. How to increase circulation. Witch hazel bark, garlic root, ginger root, cayenne root, prickly ash bark, butcher's broom, ginkgo leaf. That's how to increase circulation throughout the entire body, even to the head and the brain. The ginkgo will do that. And but that's the formula. So we would use that at maybe 30 to 40 drops 3 times a day, or 4 to start with. And then after a while, what happens is you get more sensitive to the drops, and it's all natural and it's no side effect. But you become more sensitive, where it might take 30 or 40 drops 3 or 4 times a day to get things moving. After that, it might take only 20 or 30 drops or less, because you get sensitive to the herbs and the body responds. But that's one of the things that can help with circulation. Let's look at another one called niacin. Niacin will increase circulation. Okay, niacin. Okay, did I do it? It's looking for it. And there it is. Niacin. I don't want the niacinamide. I want the niacin. The niacin is going to work for me in increasing. I take one of these every day, because as you get really close to your 80s, like I am, because I'm 76, your circulation could use a little help. So I always make sure that my circulation is working perfectly. So I take one of these every day, and it's like $15.98 for what? For 100 of them? Let's take a look. There are, okay, give me a hint here. How many are in the capsule? There are 60 capsules. That's a 2-month supply for $16 to increase circulation. And so that would be excellent, taking one or 2 of these daily. And the description on it, well, it says the serving size is 1 vegetarian capsule. Well, if 1 does it, that's great. But if you need it for therapeutic use, well, you might need to take 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening. And we'll see if that does. And that is going to increase circulation. Now, and what else can we do to increase circulation? I think that that's a real good start to increasing circulation. And so you would call betterhealthherbs.com. And remember, I do not get anything from the sale of any product. I used to 7 years ago, when I invented all of these things, and before I had to go through the legal system with the FDA attacking me until I won that case, and they went away because they were told to. But anyway, so I don't get anything from the sale of any product, and that's where I would start with this circulation thing. I would call betterhealthherbs.com. That's their website, betterhealthherbs.com. Their actual name in Albany, Oregon, is health health herbs and health and herbs. So health and herbs in Albany, Oregon, and the website betterhealthherbs.com, and their phone number. And by the way, they help people. They'll make sure you get information. And their telephone number, be sure and call them and mention this broadcast. They'll probably give you a discount just for mentioning this broadcast. And and that telephone number is 541-791-8400. 541-791-8400. And I would go with those to start with. And did that answer your question? I believe that was in area code 214. Was that you might?
Yes, Dr. Truman.
That
And
answered.
I will send you a donation.
Oh, bless your heart, because folks, I do need donations to keep this ministry going, because I help people, and I help a lot of people who are out of work. They got a big family. They can't make a donation, but they need prayer, and they need to know what natural remedy may comfort them. And that's what I do. And when they let me know that they don't have any money and they can't make a donation, I help them anyway. And I'm on the phone with those folks and helping them with all kinds of things, cancers and diabetes and heart disease and a poor diet, because they can't afford, to eat anything except that GMO poisoning food, and they couldn't afford to buy natural remedies. They have to run to the doctor, and the doctor poisons them with some chemical drug, and then they get a reaction, and it's horrible, and someone has to care, and I care. So that's what I do, and a lot of people I help. I don't get a donation. So if you can go over on that website, herbalhealthreview.com, and on herbalhealthreview.com, you'll see a donate button over there, and it's over there somewhere. There it is. There's that donate button, and it went, and just press that donate button on the website, and a donation of any size will help this ministry to keep going, where I can help people that really need help at no charge. It never charged anybody anyway, but I do accept a donation, and I don't ask for a donation. If someone can't do it, they're going to get helped anyway. So that's a ministry, and that's the way it should roll. And I do need donations to keep going. So you see a donate button over here on the herbalhealthreview.com. And when you're over there, you'll see all the ways to join this broadcast. By telephone with international access. So if you're out of the country, you can still join this broadcast. Also, you can join this broadcast over your computer or smartphone or tablet. When you go to the website, herbalhealthreview.com, and you click on Discoveries in Health tab, it'll give you all the ways to join the broadcast. And the www.uberconference.com/Truman8 is the way to join this broadcast over your computer, smartphone, or tablet. And there's also a green button. This green button is the Discoveries in Health live video discussion. And you click on that. Now you're in Google Hangouts, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and we're doing the broadcast. And then there's one more thing here that you really got to check out. There is 140 videos with screen capture. So if I'm talking about how to increase circulation, and I'm looking at something, you are too, because I have it in screen capture. So you're looking at what I'm looking at. You're looking at me, and you're looking at all the nice folks in the room there that have joined us from all over the world, from places all over the United States. And I was taking a look the other day on the podcast, because I also do a podcast of all these broadcasts. And we have people everywhere in the world that are listening to what we're doing here. I mean, China, Russia, Africa, uh, all over the place. Mexico, South America, they're all, the people are listening to this broadcast. I was amazed when I looked at the stats on that. That was amazing to me. That people are picking up this broadcast all over the world, and it's a blessing that this information can get out so people can know about the natural remedies that can increase their good health. And when you're healthy and you've got a lot of energy and you're not sick, well, that's when life gets a lot better than suffering our way with all kinds of health disorders. And that's why the Lord has provided this this broadcast and given me the energy at my age to do it every single Thursday for 2 hours. And then we've got Doc Miles, a naturopathic doctor over there in Georgetown, Texas, that will be joining us as well here in about 15 or 20 minutes. He'll come on over and so now you'll be able to ask questions and find out about all kinds of different things from an herbalist and from a naturopathic doctor. And the interesting thing is, I have been making natural remedies for Doc Miles for decades. That's right. So we've had this long history of helping people. Hey, let's find out who's giving us a call here. Let's find out who's calling us here. Hi, it's Truman. Hi, sweetheart. Guess what? You're on the radio. I mean, you're on the broadcast. No. I love you, honey. Thursdays is the day. Yes, it is. Okay, sweetheart. I love you. Bye-bye. That's my daughter, Anna. She's getting ready to be 24. And she goes to college, and she's a fermentation scientist. And she's really a cool person. Anyway, that's my daughter Anna. So she called me. She calls me Papa. So and I love her so much. Anyway, okay. So we talked a little bit about circulation. Let's go and see if there's other information, or let's open up the lines here and get another question or another topic, another suggestion of what we might talk about here. Press your star key 2 times if you have a testimony, have a question, have a topic that you want us to talk about it. Well, this is a discussion. It's not a lecture. So press your star key 2 times, and let's hear from you. Really quiet. We have listeners today. That's okay. You get to listen or you get to talk. It's an option. And so let's move down the trail here. Let's see what. Let's go to take a look at common conditions here. Let's see if it has anything on. And I got an open mic, and who could that be? All right, they're in the Georgia area. Did you have a question or a topic or a comment?
I have a question. I
Yes.
have a question.
Yes.
If you have colitis, can you take hydrochloric acid?
I'm gonna say yes that you can. And if you have colitis, we're gonna work on that digestive tract. So let's go take a
Okay.
look at how to do that. Okay.
Okay.
So let's mute your microphone. And again, if you have another comment or something else to say, please unmute your microphone. I had to mute it so it doesn't echo, because the open mic leaves an echo. And so now let's take a look at colitis. Let us take a look at colitis and diverticulosis, and let's see what it says here. So I'm going to go over here, go to the apps. I'm going to go to Google search, and we're going to see what it says about colitis. We're going to get some information here about colitis. Colitis. R-E-N-E-D-Y. Let's take a look at what some of the naturopaths. Well, it's talking about the fact that omega-3 fatty acids, that studies have found that omega-3 fatty acids called eicosapentaenoic acid, also known as EPA, lots short, easier to say, it has the power to fight inflammation. So you want to make sure you're getting omega-3 fatty acids. I need some water here. Okay. And it's talking about the fact that another thing that is going to be very helpful is probiotics. So let's go take a look then, and things like iron-rich foods, like yellow dock. Yellow dock is 40% natural iron. And there's a formula called anemia. And the formula, well, it's called plasmania now. It used to be called anemia. Number 1015, that will help to give you an iron-rich diet. When you use the number 1015 herbal tincture extract that you can get from Health and Herbs in Albany, Oregon. Their website is betterhealthherbs.com, and if you were up on betterhealthherbs.com and you typed in 1015, it will bring up an herbal tincture extract. Oops, this is not going to work. I've got an extra digit in there. But if you type in 1015, it will bring up plasmania. And plasmania is going to have yellow dock in it because that makes it 40% natural iron from the yellow dock. So the first herb is yellow dock root. Second herb is dandelion root, which is rich in vitamins and minerals. And before the FDA said there's no such thing, it used to be known as an anti-cancer herb, dandelion root. Barberry leaf and parsley leaf and alfalfa leaf that's rich in vitamins and minerals, and myrrh gum, which is a natural antibiotic. Now you've got a very, very good formulation for diverticulosis, diverticulitis, or colitis, any of those, stomach inflammation. Yeah, because that's what's going on here. And you want folate-rich foods. So you would go and you want turmeric, which is anti-inflammatory. So now you really, really have a diet that is rich in nutrients that will get rid of ulcerative colitis. And let's take a look at some of those things. I've gotten a screen capture here. You know, ulcerative colitis is an inflammatory bowel disease that causes long-lasting inflammation and ulcer symptoms or sores in the digestive tract. And ulcerative colitis affects the innermost lining of the large intestine and rectum. Now, this inflammatory disease can be debilitating, and sometimes it can even lead to life-threatening complications. Ulcerative colitis may lead to a narrowed area of the intestine, making it harder to pass stool. It may also lead to swelling of the colon, intense diarrhea, joint pain, and scarring of the bile ducts and pancreas. Now, ulcerative colitis most often begins gradually and can become worse over time. The symptoms of this inflammatory disease can be mild to severe, and most people have periods of remission, times when the symptoms disappear, which can last for weeks or years, while there's no known cure for ulcerative colitis. Of course, then the doctors don't know a cure for a lot of things that naturalists have been curing for since the beginning of time. But since they don't know a cure, then in their empty minds, there is none, which that's kind of a ridiculous stance, isn't it? But that's what they do. The MDs, we need them when we need them, and when we don't need them, they're worse. Because if you can find a natural remedy and stay away from the chemical poison drugs, you're much better off, because going to a medical doctor can be hazardous to your health. Now, there are natural treatments that can greatly reduce the signs and symptoms of the disease and result in long-term remission. So, may not be a cure, but see, that sounds kind of like a cure to me. And so new research continues to come out with hope of a more permanent treatment for ulcerative colitis and other inflammatory bowel diseases. A 2017 study found that the protein N like Nelly, L like Larry, R like Robert, P like Paul, NLRP12. That protein regulates inflammation in the body. Analysis found low levels of NLRP12 in twins with ulcerative colitis, but not in twins without the disease. When NLRP12 was low, there were lower levels of friendly bacteria. So now that's where we get to the kombucha mushroom, which is a probiotic. It's going to give you the friendly bacteria. It's also going to give you the friendly fermentation. Your stomach wants two things. It wants the right bacteria and plenty of it, because there is the wrong bacteria, and they got an ecosystem going on. And as long as the friendly bacteria is in charge, everything goes well. If you eat too much sugar and soda pop and a bad diet and so forth, well, or you have diverticulitis, or colitis, ulcerative colitis, well, then the bacteria levels are out of balance. So you make sure that you're getting some kombucha mushroom juice, and it's really not a mushroom, it's a yeast. It's the proper yeast, the proper fermentation that your stomach requires and doesn't get enough of. So a little kombucha mushroom is going to go a long way for you. And also taking, I know about this acidophilus powder, and this acidophilus powder is another thing that you want to know about. Let's see if I can find that. Let's go over here to make lifestyle changes. So first I'm going to the website, herbalhealthreview.com. herbalhealthreview.com. And then I've clicked on common conditions. And then it's taking me over here to where I can click on make lifestyle changes, and it's going to give me all the information that I need to fight ulcerative colitis. So here's this report. It's on herbalhealthreview.com. It's free. Everything on that website is free. You can't buy anything on that website. In the future, I'm going to put a book up there that you can buy. Well, you can make a donation and get it. So you can't buy anything. And right now, the only thing you could do is make a donation while you're reading the report. And it's talking about how to make lifestyle changes and how when you make these lifestyle changes, everything about your health is going to change. When you know about what to do first thing in the morning, and then you know what to do next, and you know not to have too much fruit, and you're never eating a sugar, especially white sugar. Maybe after you've had these nutrients first thing in the morning, which include the B12 and folic acid to boost to fight cancers in your body and to make your brain smarter. Then you got the liquid sunshine that boosts up the immune system. The fulvic, you've got pregnenolone that gets rid of stress and boosts testosterone in men and balances hormones in women and fights stress. That's pregnenolone. You've got fulvic acid that is an ancient forest that's loaded with vitamins and minerals. And then there's Intramax, which gives you all of the B vitamins in a natural form. We're talking organic. Now, I know they're expensive. That's right. To get natural B complex that your body recognizes completely and absolutely, that's organic B complex is expensive, but it's in this multiple vitamin that gives you over 415 all organic ingredients. Now, Intramax, over 415 all organic ingredients, including the complete spectrum of organic B complex. That's going to get rid of stress, and that's going to give you a nutritional blast of energy. There's colostrum that builds up your immune system. And there's nice bones, calcium, and magnesium. That you should take 3 of those at bedtime and make sure you're getting the correct amount of calcium and magnesium. And you can even increase the magnesium if you need the bowel movements to be softer. You can increase the magnesium until every bowel movement is so soft that it breaks up in a cloud. See, now you're setting the stage with nutrition. This is an honest approach. This isn't the promise that one thing is going to get rid of everything. That's baloney. This is hard work. It was hard work to create it. It's difficult to make a lifestyle change and do these kinds of things because this is not what you're taught. You're not taught how to defend your body and nourish your body from disease with natural remedies. You're not taught that, but you are here. This is the science that they don't want you to know about. This is what our government and the pharmaceutical industry just absolutely did everything that they could think of except murdering me in order to stop me from getting this information to you. And if I'm not around much longer, you'll know that they resorted to that too. Now, so about 3 of these calcium and magnesium tablets at bedtime. Make sure you're getting enough vitamin C to build healthy tissue. How much is enough vitamin C? At least 2,000 milligrams every 4 hours. Because it goes out of your body. It's not there after 4 hours. You can take 2,000 milligrams, 4 hours later, it's gone. The body used it. And it could use more. And so if you don't put it in there, It's going to say, hey, where is it? I want to build healthy tissue. You want me to build healthy tissue? Where's the vitamin C? 2,000 milligrams every 4 hours will do the job. Then there's super enzymes that will break down and digest everything so your body doesn't have to work so hard to try to do it. And those are the enzymes that you need. Then there's that acidophilus powder that gives you that friendly bacteria that is necessary. And it's a powder. It's less money than capsules. I buy it by the ounce, and I put it in the freezer, and it stays good forever. It's even if you didn't freeze this particular powder. This powder is so high tech. When I found this powder 25 years ago, maybe 30 years ago now, and I started using it, it worked for everybody, for infants, for adults, for senior citizens. It was loaded with the right balances of bacteria, friendly bacteria, and it said right on the label, does not need to be refrigerated. So I put it in the freezer, and it lasts even longer than the fact that if you left it out, it's still good. Because that's how high tech it is. They micro encapsulate each grain. That's cool. Each grain is micro encapsulated of that acidophilus powder. Anyway, I keep it in the fridge, a quarter to half a teaspoon. Bam. All the friendly bacteria you need. Now you got a happy digestive tract. Then there's MSM. These are things you don't hear about. MSM is methyl sulfonylmethane. And what it is sulfur, natural sulfur. Now, medical doctors use sulfa drugs, which will kill you. Guaranteed. It will kill you. That's what they use, sulfa drugs. What I'm talking about is natural sulfur, the same kind of sulfur that's in garlic. That's natural sulfur. MSM powder from wood is natural sulfur in its purest form. And when you start taking that, it keeps the tissues of your body young, so that as you get old, you don't wrinkle up, and you got good skin, good hair, fingernails, everything's working great because it keeps every cell in your body young and wet. They call that permeable. So it lets out the toxins and lets in the nutrients and stays young. And as you get older, they say, wow, you got great skin. Yep, I take that MSM powder every day. That's what they give an expensive racehorse. So it has a beautiful coat so that it doesn't have any inflammation. They can run it and work it out harder, and it's never sore because it knows about MSM. So that's what MSM, and all that's setting the stage. That's what I do every morning, first thing. And then I have a cup of daily health tea, and that cleans the blood, and I'm off and running. I'm good for maybe an hour or two. And yes, I have a cup of coffee. And 1 or 2 cups of coffee is okay. After that, you're jangling the nerves. If you jangle the nerves, that's bad. So don't drink so much coffee that you're jangling the nerves. Just 1 or 2 cups if you're a coffee drinker. Otherwise, tea is wonderful. They got green tea, and they got all these different teas. And Pau de Arco tea, the daily health tea, that's a blood cleaner. That is an anti-cancer herb from South America. That's what they use it for in South America. In America, they just use it as a tea because there's no such thing in America as anything that will fight cancer, except that the FDA has been defeated in court several times on that issue for lying. And now, so that's how you start the stage. That's how you start this, with that in the first thing in the morning. Second thing, you'll have some fruit, maybe a mango, a banana, whatever fruit that you like, and then you're making a blender drink, because that fruit is going to wear off real quick. So now a blender drink where you take the blender and you put it half full of hemp milk, seed milk, almond milk, never soy milk. But you always going to use some hemp milk, almond milk. There's all these different flaxseed milk. There's all these different nut or seed milks, and it's half full. Then you're getting one or two tablespoons of cinnamon, as much pure cacao, chocolate as you want. It's called pure cacao. And all of these things are in this report. And if you click on any of these items, any of these things it's talking about, it takes you where you can see it. So now we've got cinnamon, cacao, chocolate, and and vanilla, plenty of vanilla extract. Now it's really tasting pretty good in there. And then you're putting some organic flax seeds, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, and all of that's in there. And then you're putting in some lecithin granules to feed the nervous system and the brain. And you're using some milk thistle seed powder to give you a brand new liver by 60% every 120 days. You want a new liver? Milk thistle seed powder, milk thistle seed extract, a brand new liver every 120 days by 60%. So 200 days later, a brand new liver. Then there's maca root powder for super stamina, endurance, and power and nourishment. It's called maca root powder. Then there's organic protein and the Truman Super Green Foods powder. All of that's going in this blender drink. And then you're adding a big handful of organic dried raisins and maybe some organic frozen cherries, blueberries, cranberries, organic strawberries, whatever you want in there, mango, whatever you want it to taste like. It is so delicious. I have one of those every day. As a matter of fact, I have about, sometimes I get carried away and I have about a quart of that because it's so delicious. And I just, and I pour it off. I pour it off a big cup full and then I add back more powders, more fruit, more liquids, whatever, until I bring it back to the top again. And I keep doing that for a whole week. That blender drink lasts me a whole week, and it's totally delicious and will give you so much energy. And if you've got colitis or any kind of a stomach disorder, it is so easy to digest and so nourishing. You'll say, why didn't somebody tell me about this before? Well, that's because I invented this recipe. And that's why you never heard about it until you got here. Now it gets better. Now, pretty soon you say, well, okay, now I'm ready for some food. Well, there's the whole food, plant-based diet meal plans. And it gives you all these meal plans. And then it gives you all these recipes. So now you got all these wonderful recipes and meal plans and this delicious power drink, and you've started your engine with all this incredible nutrients first thing in the morning, and about 16 ounces of water. And then you're looking at this acid alkaline food chart, and you're picking out for the whole food plant-based diet meal plans and recipes from the acid alkaline food chart, and you're looking at more alkaline foods, driving the body alkaline, because disease cannot exist in an alkaline body. That's right.
That's right.
Doc Miles, you're there.
Yes, sir.
Well, welcome, folks. This is Doc Miles, who has a clinic in Georgetown, Texas, and he helps people all over the world from that clinic. They call him up on the telephone, and they say, Doc, I heard that you have blood work that I can go get my blood work done, and make sure you get a copy of it, and then you take that information and you put it through your computer, and you spit out an 18-page report that gives information that no one else knows about except you, because you invented the report, and you got all this information, and people that have problems that they can't get over, all of a sudden you tell them, well, here's what's going on. This isn't working right, and that's too low, and that's too high. Is that about right? Are you with me?
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's absolutely right. I mean, I didn't develop the program because I'm not a computer person. A friend of mine did years and years ago, and he's no longer doing that, so I haven't, I'm the only person using it because you gotta have an old computer to run it, and so I kept an old computer just to run those programs, so that's why I'm the only one in Texas running it right now. But I've perfected the efficiency of the program and picking out the up-to-date, latest supplements out there, including yours and mine, and together we do a lot of work for a lot of people. So it's a very, very educational thing. You know, everybody comes to me to find out what's wrong with them. I educate them. I mean, I don't diagnose or treat or prescribe. I make suggestions on what I see in the blood work. When I see something that's not right or out of the nutritional range and maybe within the medical range, which is much, much wider, then we address that, and that issue just kind of goes away. And it's just like you got to have the right product for the right issue in order to help correct it. If you pull up the pump and diesel 60 cents a gallon a day, you wouldn't put it in your unleaded tank because you wouldn't get out of the parking lot. So we don't chase prices. We don't chase deals. We chase down the truth of what really causes things to happen. And that's what I do, and I've been very successful doing it and helped tons and tons and tons of people. So it's a rewarding feeling for me. I had a absolutely busy day all day long. I mean, I didn't even have a chance to even take the 4 bites of my lunch. I mean, that's how busy I was all day. But that's okay, because I love doing what I do because it helps change the lives of people that they don't have a recourse. They've been to 25 doctors. None of them can help them. And then I run their blood work and see issues that the doctors don't see because they don't study 5 minutes of nutrition. They don't have a clue. They give you a drug based on a symptom, and it's just putting Band-Aids all over your body, and it doesn't fix anything.